हिलाना नहीं।
सोने जा रही हो क्या?
थोड़ा आटा गूंथ ले ऊपर।
तुम सोने जा रही हो?
मैं सोने के लिए जा रही
हेलो सर, शुरू करें?
अब पढ़े, अब दम ना
Okay.
दम पढ़ाई तो हुई है जब इतने
So,
कौन बजा? डी वाले डी वाले डी वाले yes.
one of you can write in chat box.
गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। आशा करती हूँ आप सब कुशल होंगे। आप सुन रहे हैं 102.6 FM रेडियो। आप सुन रहे हैं 102 FM रेनबो और ये है एयर नेक्स्ट। मैं हूँ निधि और आज करने आई हूँ बहुत सारी और उससे पहले आपको अपने बारे में बताती हूँ। मेरा नाम है निधि। मैं हूँ गार्डन कॉलेज दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी कोर्सेज कैंपस की पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑनर्स की सेकेंड ईयर की स्टूडेंट हूँ और आज यहाँ स्टूडियो में मेरे साथ हैं मेरे बैचमेट्स और हम सब आज आप लोगों से ढेर सारी बातें करने वाले हैं। तो आइए अब मैं आपको अपने साथियों से इंट्रोड्यूस करवाती हूँ।
Establishment of Delhi is not a new phenomena, and we have evidence that many times Delhi has been established by different dynasty, by different rulers, in different time frame, and we also have some evidence that the earliest name of Delhi was Indraprasth, because it is mentioned in Mahabharata and in other texts also, right? So now we will talk about how the earliest settlement uh, where was the earliest settlement in Delhi? Where was the Indraprasth located? Where Indraprasth emerged? ठीक है. So now, first we will have classes. First we will have class for half an hour. Then we can have discussion for some few minutes. Then and again we can continue our class, and at last we can have discussion. Both way we can do. Okay. So. Now talking about emergence of Indraprasth, we know that because Delhi has been established many times, Delhi has been established many times by different rulers, and we have discussed in last class also that how different rulers, because of the attraction of Delhi, because of the geographical location of Delhi, because of the climatical condition of Delhi, always we see that one some or other ruler, they get attracted towards Delhi, and they try to establish their capital here. They try to establish urban center here, and we also know that due to its grandeur, due to its uh, due to its geographical location and other factor, we see that many a time Delhi has been invaded by different people, different rulers, different dynasties, right? So these are the reason we don't have any conclusive evidence towards many factor, and we don't have any important sources which clearly indicates that when Indraprastha was established, and when we see that where Indraprastha was located, right? So we know that Delhi was not the oldest name of Delhi, and because time for the first time we hear this name when Kutubuddin Aibak comes to India, and he tried to establish his capital around Qutub Minar, which is located near Mehrauli. If you are from Delhi, you must be aware about that, about Qutub Minar. So this was the time when we get the evidence that first time this term was used, this word was used, the name Delhi was given to Delhi. Before that, we see that there are different names, there are different names, there are different location where Delhi was established. So now we will talk about. So the first city of Delhi, it is believed to be named as Indrapath or Indraprasth, which means city of gods. Indraprasth का मतलब है इंद्र की city. Why it was called? According to a mythology, according to a legend, according to a story, the town Indraprasth was established by Yudhishthir. I hope you are aware about Yudhishthir, who Yudhishthir was. He was the eldest son of Pandav, and he established his capital at Indraprasth. So it was called Indraprasth because, according to Mahabharata, Indra this capital of Yudhishthir resembles its significance to Amravati. Amravati किसका नाम है? Amravati इंद्र के capital का, जो the capital where Indra resides, where Indra stay. Indra, who is god of rain. I hope you know about Indra, who Indra was. So Indra was king of gods and also god of rain. So इंद्र के जो शहर का नाम था, its name was Amravati, and Indraprasth. Why the capital of Yudhishthir was named Indraprasth? Because it resembles like Amravati. It looked like Amravati. That's why we see that in name of Yudhishthir's capital was given Indraprasth. ठीक है? It is also written in Mahabharata that Indraprasth. It is also written in Mahabharata that Indraprasth is Purottamam. Purottamam means chief of towns. Uh, Basically, what Purottamam means that um, uh, it is not an ordinary town, it is not an ordinary city, but it is a chief of town, a chief of towns. So it was named Purottamam. It was also known during other period with other names like Sakrapast, Sakrapuri, and Khandwa Prast. These are the other names of Indraprasth, or we can say these are the other names of Delhi. Uh, it is also in the legends, in the story, in the mythology, that Vajra, who was the son of Anirudh, he was installed as a king of Yadavas, and the later history of the city is obscure, though its name Indraprasth survived. As we have discussed, many times Delhi was established, and many times Delhi was looted, plundered, destroyed. So this is not the first time that we see any city is established. That this is the reason that we do not have continuous history of Delhi. We do not have continuous history of Indraprasth, because many a times, because due to the grandeur, due to its geographical location, central location, we see that this place was always attracted to different travelers, different invaders, different kings. So, these were the reasons that we see that Delhi was always looted, plundered, destroyed. We also see that Indraprasth is also mentioned in Pali language Buddhist texts. What is Buddhist text? The text which were written during Buddhist time, written by the Buddhist monks, and these texts were written in Pali language. Pali language it was a dialect in uh, it was a dialect from the area of Magad, where Maurya dynasty. Uh, if anyone is from Bihar, Patna, if anyone is from Patna region, so there one dialect is spoken which is called Magdhi. Uh, those The region of Patna and Gaya is known as Magad region, and there one language is spoken. The name of that language is Magdhi, and Pali is somehow related to that language. So basically, during the reign of Asoka, or during the time of Buddha, we see that Pali and Prakrit language was used. So in Pali language, we do get mention of Indraprastha, and in Pali language, we get mention of Indraprastha as Indpath or in the Patana, in the Path or in the Patana. So in Pali language text, in Buddhist text, Indraprasth is described as a capital of Kuru kingdom. Kuru kingdom, I hope you know who were the Kurus, right? महाभारत में कुरु का जिक्र होता है, आप लोगों को पता होगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली। तो कुरु के राजधानी थी इंद्रपत या इंद्रपतना। ये कहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है? ये पाली लैंग्वेज के बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट में लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है। उसके बाद द पुराना किला, द प्रेजेंट डे पुराना किला इज ऑल्सो बिलीव्ड to be on the site of old Indraprasth. However, there is lack of any evidence, lack of any conclusive historical evidence regarding this statement, and it is still not sure that Purana Kila belonged to Mahabharat time. Okay, because we do not have much evidence about it. However, there is lack of any and the different archaeological surveys were taken place at Purana Kila in 1954, 55, and between 1969 and 1973, and recently it happened in 2013 and 14. You must be if you read newspaper or you watch news, in 2013-14 we have seen that there were excavations taking place in Purana Kila, and much new informations were out, new information were generated, but these information is not properly written or not properly documented, or we can say this information are not still out to the public domain. So we are not very much sure about its time period and its reign, right? So we see that in 1954 and 1955, in the excavations of Purana Kila, we do get evidence of pottery, PGW pottery, painted grey ware pottery. What is pottery? Pottery is just pottery is utensils made by mud, and what kind of pottery is made? Is it a fire burned pottery, or it is a wheel? It is a wheel made pottery, or what kind of pottery it is? That on the basis of that, what kind of pottery it is? Basically. We try to analyze the time period of that pottery, and on the basis of pottery we get, on the basis of pottery, what kind of pottery we get, we decide that what is the time period of that pottery, because that pottery, because in particular time period we see that particular kind of pottery are made. If it is PGW, painted graveware, then we can say that it was made before 600 BC, right? 600 BC. If it is NBPW, Northern Black Polished Ware, then it is between 600 to 200 BC. Or if some other kind of potteries are excavated, or some other kind of potteries are made, then we can also analyze that whether this pottery belong to Maurya time, Asoka time, or Sung time, Kusan time, Gupta time. Basically what I'm trying to say ki whatever kind of pottery we get, whatever kind of pottery is extracted, basically on the basis of those pottery, on the basis of the kind of pottery which we get, we analyze the time period कि वो कितना पुराना है, कितने साल पहले का वो बना हुआ एक पॉटरी है, ठीक है। उसके बेसिस पे वी एनालाइज कि व्हाट वाज द टाइम पीरियड जहाँ पे वहां जहाँ पे इस जगह पे सेटलमेंट हो रहा था, जब जहाँ पे एक्सकेवेशन हो रहा है। So in 1954-55 there was excavations taking place in Purana Kila, and that during that period we see that painted graveware pottery was found, which means it dates back to 600 BC. But 600 BC is not the time period of Mahabharata, because it is said that Mahabharata, at least if it was a war fought between two brothers, it would be at least 1200 BCE. I hope everyone is aware about what BCE, CE, AD, BC, these things are. Whenever you talk about dates, you will find these kind of things: BCE, CE, AD, right? So in different excavation, in different time period, we have got different pottery type. On the basis of that, we think that in some excavations it may happen that it will go back to Mahabharata time. There is another there is important archaeologist whose name is B.K. Swarnkar. He failed to reach the PGW levels, painted graveware levels, but evidence of continuous occupation from NBPW period to the 19th century has been found. NBPW कब का है? NBPW is 600 to 200 BCE. 600 to 200 मगध का टाइम है, मौर्य का टाइम है, बुद्धा का टाइम है। तो we get continuous history from NBPW to 19th century, ठीक है। Now there is another so we get evidence of NBPW period to 19th century. We get continuous evidence. So the Maurya period settlement, we see that we get mud brick, and the Maurya period settlement we get mud brick houses, and जो पुआल से जो बनता है झोपड़ी घर, वैसा घर बना हुआ मिला है। उसके बाद we have also got evidence of bricks, trains, bells, figurines of terracotta, stone carving, stamp seal impressment, and copper coins. So due to these evidence, it can be said that it had great connection with pre-Maurya time, great connection with the time of 16 Mahajanpad. There is important archaeologist historian whose name is D.C. Sarkar. He, on the basis of analysis of a stone carving found in the Delhi area at Srinivas Puri. I hope you would be knowing where Srinivas Puri is. And from that area, it records the reign of Mauryan Emperor Asoka. Believed Indraprastha was a significant city during the Mauryan period. We know what was the capital of Maurya? You know about it, right? It was Patliputra, which is present day Patna. So, but we also get evidence of Srinivas Puri, and DC Sarkar says that Indraprasth must be important city during the Mauryan time, during the Mauryan Emperor Asoka. Now we know that the Purana Kila is important site, and whether we get enough evidence or not, or it we get any enough evidence, conclusive evidence or not, but it is important. Purana Kila is important. Purana Kila is important for Indraprastha, and Upinder Singh claims that. I have told you in last class that who Upinder Singh is. So Upinder Singh finds to believe that Indrabara, which is a Prakrit form of Indra Prakrit form of Indrabhatta, which finds mention in Ptolemy's geography. Ptolemy एक ट्रैवलर था, उसने एक बुक लिखी थी ज्योग्राफी करके, उस ज्योग्राफी में भी we get evidence of Indbhatta. So basically it can be said that even during the reign of during the time of Ptolemy, when he came to India, this city was there and it was important city, right? So we get some old pieces of pottery representing PGW painted graveware at the Purana Kila, but it cannot be said, because we have not received even enough evidence. It cannot be said that it belongs to Mahabharat time. Okay. So we will discuss few question answer, then we will continue with class. Is there any relevant question to what we have seen until now? From tomorrow we will be having interactive session, which means two-way communication. You will also be able to speak, and that will be much more helpful, I think, because you can ask in between. So Nidhi, terracotta is kind of substance. टेराकोटा से कुछ कुछ बनता है, अभी भी आप कभी कभी ना मार्केट में आपको देखने को मिलेगा, कुछ मूर्ति बना हुआ है टेराकोटा का, या कुछ ऐसा सामान बना हुआ है. ठीक है, मैं बायलिंगुअल बोलने की कोशिश करूंगा. पीजीडब्ल्यू अंजलि है पेंटेड ग्रेवेयर. पेंटेड ग्रेवेयर ना एक तरह का पॉटरी टाइप होता है. पॉटरी मैंने बताया ना क्या होता है, मिट्टी का बर्तन होता है. और वो मिट्टी का बर्तन किस तरह से बनाया गया है, आग में पकाकर बनाया गया है या धूप में सुखाकर बनाया गया है, उससे डिपेंड करता है कि वो किस समय का है। तो PGW जो है वो थोड़ा पुराना है, उसके बाद जो है NBPW आता है, नॉर्दर्न ब्लैक पॉलिश्ड वेयर। जैसे जैसे नया होते जाएगा वैसे 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 हम देखते हैं कि वो बेटर होते जाएगा। दिव्या, why we consider Mahabharata as mythology not history? Because we do not get enough evidence about it. We the kind of a story we see in Mahabharata, that is not some of the stories cannot be practically possible, and we we get exaggeration of some of the stories. सर इसकी कोई रेफरेंस बुक बता दो। पीयूष, आप उपिंदर सिंह की एंसेंट इंडिया पढ़िए या रोमिला थापर की एंसेंट इंडिया पढ़िए। और वर्षा कुमारी, व्हाट इज लाल कोट? लाल कोट में अभी आएंगे, अभी तक किया नहीं है लाल कोट, आगे आगे ज्यादा जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। असाइनमेंट नहीं होते हैं विधि। उपिंदर सिंह बिलीव्ड what is your name? Leon Rigzin. Leon Rigzin, Upinder Singh believed that whatever the reason, whatever we do not get enough evidence about Lal Killa, about Purana Killa, that Purana Killa belong to Mahabharata time or not, but Upinder Singh says that whatever be the reason, we do not get enough evidence, but it is true that Purana Killa belongs to Indraprasth. Purana Killa belongs to Indraprasth. Ashish Kumar, what is this Galib Chhaya Hua Prabhavi? Don't try, just talk about classes and keep your question and suggestion regarding your classes. Don't just irritate someone. What is this Galib Chhaya Hua Prabhavi? I will take a screenshot and share it to SOL administration and your admission will be cancelled. Bhumika, I have shared SOL material with you. That soft copy of that. If you need any extra reference book, you can buy Upinder Singh ka Ancient India. Upinder Singh has also written a book on Delhi. BC, Sunidhi, BC is derived as before Christ era. Jesus Christ के जन्म होने के पहले का जो era था, that era is called BCE. बुद्धिस्ट हिस्ट्री कोई रूल नहीं करता है। गौतम बुद्ध रूल नहीं करते थे। गौतम बुद्ध अपना स्वराज पाठ छोड़ के शांति का खोज और पीस का खोज, इनलाइटमेंट का खोज कर रहे थे। झोपड़ी, शबनम, हैव यू सीन दैट हट मड, जो मड और पुआल से बना हुआ जो झोपड़ी होता है, दैट झोपड़ी। मर्जी आपकी टीना, अगर आपको सब याद होता है तो नहीं जरूरत है, अगर नहीं याद है तो जरूरत है। या यस शालिया। NBPW का फुल फॉर्म है नॉर्दर्न ब्लैक पॉलिश्ड वेयर। नॉर्दर्न ब्लैक पॉलिश्ड वेयर। BC is before Christ, नीलम, राइट। AC कुछ नहीं होता है, AD होता है। AD को ऐसे तो एंटोनियो डोमिनिनो कहा जाता है, लेकिन उसका ये मतलब है कि जीसस के मृत्यु के बाद का समय। I did share study material in the WhatsApp group which we have created in the last class. DC सरकार एक इतिहासकार हैं जो बताते हैं कि डीसी सरकार क्या बताते हैं? डीसी सरकार इतिहासकार हैं जो बताते हैं कि श्रीनिवासपुरी जो दिल्ली में एरिया है, वो एरिया में हमें साक्ष्य मिलता है मौर्य के टाइम का। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो मौर्य के टाइम में इंद्रप्रस्थ एक इम्पोर्टेंट सिटी था। हाँ विधि, पढ़िए पढ़ने में क्या जाता है, कुछ भी पढ़ सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं। तो फुल्ली सबको समझ में आ रहा है? कोई निकल से क्लास जो होगा ना, वो होगा टू वे कम्युनिकेशन होगा। आप लोग भी बोल सकते हैं तो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा क्लास करने में। महाजनपद सालनी क्या होता है कि वैदिक काल के बाद ना शहर अर्बन सेंटर्स डेवलप होने लगते हैं पूरे भारत में, ठीक है। और उस वो जो अर्बन सेंटर्स हैं वो महाजनपद, फिर पहले जनपद होता है फिर महाजनपद बनता है। और हम देखते हैं कि बुद्धा के टाइम में 16 महाजनपद थे पूरे इंडिया में, जिसमें से मेनली जो इम्पोर्टेंट महाजनपद थे वो बिहार में थे, जैसे मगध, कौशल नहीं, मगध और वैशाली और ऐसा सब 4-5, चंपा, ये सब बिहार में था। और हिस्टोरियन है उपेंद्र सिंह। जो सिर्फ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ऐड करने के लिए क्लास कर रहे हैं ना, उनसे अनुरोध है कि वे लोग छोड़ दीजिए क्लास। कोई फायदा नहीं है पढ़ लिख के आपका। क्लास के टाइम में क्लास पे कंसंट्रेट नहीं करके आपको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ज्वाइन करना है। तकसीला भी था, विधि, बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट का नाम, बहुत सारे बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट थे, जैसे कि त्रिपिटक हो गए, या और अलग अलग टाइम पे अलग अलग बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट थे, सबका नाम जान के क्या कीजिएगा। Okay, now we will continue with class. So this was what we were talking right now about इंद्रप्रस्थ। जो इंद्रप्रस्थ की बात हम लोग कर रहे थे, ये इंद्रप्रस्थ एक mythological city है। You understand now what is difference between real and mythological? There are evidence, and we do get reference of Indraprasth or some other name of Indraprasth in different texts like Mahabharata or Buddhist text or different texts, but it is not a historical city because we do not get proper evidence about it. We do discuss in last class now what is historical and what is prehistorical. So while talking about Delhi as an historical city, we see that Delhi was under the name of Indraprasth or Indrapath, one of the earliest Hindu capital, and has a fabulous antiquity of no less than 3000 years. 3000 years before Christian era, matlab 3000 BCE. But as an historical city, अगर हम इसको historical city देखें, तो it cannot be said that 7th century CE, 7th century 700 के पहले, 600 के पहले दिल्ली का कोई नाम हमें सुनने को नहीं मिलता है। और it cannot be said that earlier than the middle of 11th century, when Rajput king Angpal, who was a Rajput king, he belonged to Tomar dynasty. He founded town in the area of present day Suraj Kund. सूरज कुंड का नाम आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, सूरज कुंड फरीदाबाद के आसपास है. And the Tomars, that Tomars later, after some time, they shifted their capital 10 kilometers west, where Angpal raised the citadel of Lalkot. अभी किसी ने लालकोट पूछा था, तो लालकोट जो कुतुब मीनार है हमारा, प्रेजेंट डे कुतुब मीनार, उस वहां पे लालकोट बनाया गया था. लालकोट जो है एक्चुअल में लाल किला, जो आज हम बोलते हैं ना रेड फोर्ट को, वो रेड फोर्ट को लाल किला नहीं बोला जाता था, बल्कि लाल कोट को ही लाल किला बोला जाता था, और रेड फोर्ट को किलाए मुबारक बोला जाता था. ठीक है, किलाए मुबारक. So 10 kilometers west, where Angpal raised the citadel of Lalkot in AD 1060. It was around the place where the Qutub Mosque now stands. अभी वहाँ पे कुतुब मॉस्क है. However, the name Delhi or any other similar kind of name which is related to Delhi is not traceable in this period. In the period of Angpal or the period of Tomar dynasty, we do not find any name like Delhi. So earliest epigraphic references which we get is earlier epigraphic evidences which we get is so the other epigraphic inscriptions or evidences which we get, it says that Dilika, Dhillika, Dilika is a name from which the Delhi derived its name, and it is found in Bijolia rock inscription in district Udaipur, Rajasthan. It was issued by Chauhan Someswar in Vikram Samvat. Are you aware about Vikram Samvat? दिस इज द कैलेंडर ना, एक जैसे जिसके हिसाब से आज 9 जनवरी 2022 हो रहा है. दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन द जॉर्जियन कैलेंडर, बट विक्रम संवत is Hindi calendar, Hindu calendar, and on the basis of Vikram Samvat, this Bijolia rock inscription, which was written in which was written in Udaipur district of Rajasthan, it was done in 1226, Vikram Samvat 1226, which means AD 1169 to 70. It mentions about the capture of Dilika by the Chauhan ruler Vighraj IV. So it suggests that Tomar capital was originally named Dilika, which gradually became Delhi. So the oldest city of Delhi, of which traces remain to this day, is enveloped in the city of Rai Pithora. The Chauhan ruler of Ajmer, Vighraj IV, he captured Dilika of the Tomars. तोमर से वे लोग दिल्ली का कैप्चर किए. उसके बाद उनका जो ग्रैंडसन पृथ्वीराज है, द फेमस राय पिथोरा एक्सटेंडेड द रैम्पर्ट्स ऑफ द लाल कोट. उस समय लाल कोट के पास राय पिथोरा को एक्सटेंड किया गया, which is now in the Persian sources किलाए राय पिथोरा. पर्शियन सोर्सेस में उसको किलाए राय पिथोरा के नाम से जाना जाता है. So the walls of his city can be traced around the Qutub Mosque and this fort was occupied by Kutubuddin Aibak. When Kutubuddin Aibak, you know about Kutubuddin Aibak, right? When Kutubuddin Aibak came to India, they were searching for the places there where they can reside, where they can stay, where they can worship. So they captured some of the region, and process, in that process, we see that this was captured by Kutubuddin Aibak in 1192, and it is this region where he established his empire, and we see that the foundation of medieval Delhi was laid. उसके बाद we do get remains of Lal Kot and Kila Rai Pithora to Delhi past glory, according to Rana Safavi, who is very renowned scholar. Rana Safavi writes that she has written a book whose name is Where Stone Speaks: Historical Trace in Mehrauli. Mehrauli is the area जहाँ पे कुतुब मीनार है. And Rana Safavi writes that if there is one place in Delhi which gives one a sense of experiencing 1,000 years of history at once, it is a Lal Court. ठीक है? She goes on to add that Court was Delhi's original Red Fort. जो अभी लाल किला हम लोग देखते हैं उसको एक्चुअल लाल किला लाल कोट को कहा जाता है. And what we call Red Fort or Lal Killa today was called Kilae Mubarak. ठीक है? लाल कोट बोला जाता था लाल किला बोला जाता था लाल कोट को, और रेड फोर्ट को बोला जाता था किलाए मुबारक. So this Lal Court has very important significance, and we see that different rulers they protected themselves with this Lal Court. So Prithviraj Chauhan also extended and fortified Lal Court as a defense against the Turks. When Turks were attacking Delhi, Prithviraj Chauhan Prithviraj Chauhan fortified this Lal Court, and the city then came to be known as Kila Rai Pithora. लाल कोट के बाद उसका नाम पड़ गया किला राय पिथोरा, एंड किला राय पिथोरा literally means राय पिथोरा का किला. So the term was first used by the 16th century historian Abul Fazl in Aine Akbari. This we have discussed in last class also, who presents Delhi as a Chauhan capital. दिल्ली को चौहानों का capital बताते हैं. In the mid 19th century, we see that archaeologist Alexander Cunningham made a distinction between the ruins at the site, classifying into older Lal Kot fortification built by Tomars and the newer Kila Rai Pithora built by Chauhan. So basically what Alexander Cunningham is doing, he is trying to differentiate between both the things, differentiate between Lal Kot and किला राय पिथोरा. अलेक्जेंडर कनिंगम एक आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट हैं, यूरोपियन आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट थे जो 19वीं शताब्दी में बहुत सारे खोज किए, और उसी खोज के दौरान उन्होंने बताया कि लाल कोट और किला राय पिथोरा में क्या डिफरेंस है. लाल कोट जो है वो तोमर वंश से संबंध रखता है, और किला राय पिथोरा जो है वो चौहान वंश से संबंध रखता है. This classification was, however, challenged by different historians, notable among them being Catherine B. Asher. Catherine B. Asher is another important historian, and she describes Kila Rai Pithora as Lal Kot, enlarged with rubble walls and ramparts. And according to Catherine B. Asher, Kila Rai Pithora served as a city, while Lal Kot remained the citadel. Basically, she's not differentiating, but she's saying that both is interrelated, and Kila Rai Pithora is entire city and Lal Kot is citadel. Kila Rai Pithora, which was twice as large as the older citadel, the more massive and higher walls and the combined fort extended to 6.5 kilometers. Still, it is there in Qutub complex. It is there near Qutub Minar. in Mehrauli area. If you get chance to visit, please do visit and have a look how Lal Kila, Lal Kot and Kila Rai Pithora is still there and how it was made. Catherine B. Essers also states that Prithviraj lost the Chauhan kingdom in 1192. We know that in 1192, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Turks and in the Battle of Tarain. तराइन के युद्ध में पृथ्वीराज चौहान हार जाते हैं and this time that the Gauri governor Kutubuddin Kutubuddin Aibak occupied Kila Rai Pithora and renamed it Delhi, which is modern Delhi. And Upinder Singh too. Upinder Singh also talks about Kila Rai Pithora, and Upinder Singh too is of the view that Kila Rai Pithora is much larger than Lal Kot, which forms its southwestern part. So, according to Upinder Singh, the walls 5 and 6 meters thick and 18 meters high at places were interrupted by several gates, only a few of which survive excavations carried out in 1956-58, reveal well laid structures, including an oven and floors of house. You can ask me questions now. I have again shared link of WhatsApp group. Those who have not joined, they can join. नहीं, किलाए मुबारक तो शाहजहां बनवाया है, वो तो बाद का चीज है। लालकोट पहले का है।
सारे दूध की बनानी सेवई?
मैं नहीं जानती हूँ, थोड़ी
हाँ?
चाय के लिए बता देना।
मैं नहीं जानती हूँ और थोड़ी चाय के लिए।
अंजलि लालकोट
चावल
तोमर
को
डायनेस्टी
धो के
फाउंड
गला
किया
ले,
था महक।
धोने ना पड़े, बर्तन निकालने दे दो।
पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दीजिए सुनिधि। पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दीजिए सुनिधि। अगर नोट्स चाहिए तो क्लास में जो बोला जा रहा है उसको नोट्स बनाइए। यस सालिया, लाल कोट एंड लाल किला is different. Lal Killa is Red Fort. Lal Kot is much before. It was built much before. I will say रेड फोर्ट है, रेड कोट नहीं है।
बनी नहीं पई है जमाने में। ये रोटी टेढ़ा मेढ़ा बना, गोल बना ले।
अरे ये तो मैं अभी पकाऊंगी।
कैसे पकाई हो? पागल बना रही।
लाल कोट नियर कुतुब मीनार।
तुमको खाना नहीं, भूख नहीं लगी।
भूख लगी है, तेज की इतनी देर लग गई गोल बनाते बनाते।
बोथ आर डिफरेंट। बोला ना कैथरीन बीएसर और उपिंदर सिंह ने कि किला राय पिथौरा बहुत बड़ा है, लाल कोट बहुत छोटा है। कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक जो था वो पहली बार सल्तनत का इस्टेब्लिशमेंट किया था और कुतुब मीनार भी बनवाया था। दोनों चीज अभी दिल्ली में है। रेड फोर्ट जो है वो चांदनी चौक के पास है और लाल कोट जो है वो कुतुब मीनार के पास है। I don't know Mohammed Sam Pukri. Pottery is important, Sonal, because pottery tells us that which time period it belongs, and on the basis of that it can be said that what kind of settlement was there, कैसे लोग थे, कितने उस टाइम पे कैसे लोग थे और सेटलमेंट कैसा था, क्योंकि जिस तरह का पॉटरी होगा उस तरह का डेवलपमेंट हम समझ सकते हैं। टीना देखो, रेड फोर्ट जो है वो लाल किला है, जो आप लोग जानते हैं, जहां से प्रधानमंत्री झंडा फहराते हैं हर 15 अगस्त को। ठीक है टीना। और जो रेड फोर्ट को हिंदी में लाल किला कहा जाता है। जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ जो तोमर वंश में इस्टेब्लिश किया गया था उसका नाम है लाल कोट। ठीक है। अगर हम असली में लाल कोट को देखें तो लाल कोट को ही लाल किला कहा जाता था पहले। ठीक है। रेड फोर्ट को बाद में लाल किला कहा जाने लगा जब अंग्रेज आए। वैसे रेड फोर्ट को पहले कहा जाता था किलाए मुबारक। ठीक है, समझ में आया? तो रेड फोर्ट जो है वो जहां से प्रधानमंत्री झंडा फहराते हैं वो है, और किला लाल कोट जो है वो कुतुब मीनार के पास है। रेड फोर्ट जो है वो शाहजहां द्वारा बनवाया गया है और जो लाल कोट है वो तोमर के द्वारा बनाया गया है, तोमर डायनेस्टी।
वो सूखा जाना सूखा मगर कहिए इनकी सूख जानी चाहिए।
Purana Killa is considered as an important site because it is believed by historians that this belonged to Mahabharata time. Yes, Shalia. दिल्ली का मैप देख लीजिए, गूगल पे है. हाँ, we will do next unit. Yes, Varsa, we will do next unit.
तो ठीक है आपका रेडी है नहीं जानती सब हो तीनों तीनों
I think we are done for today. We will meet in next class.